Hello everyone and welcome to the fucking Talking About Stuff with Nick. I'm your host Nick again. It's late because Nick was out today doing stuff. Yeah, I know, Nick was being fucking sociable. No, he wasn't. He was doing something actually. Wow, we're proud of Nick. Anyway, today we don't have much to talk about, as you can see. And I've kind of included some TV show trivia in it, because, you know, we fucking love TV shows. Yes, I'm listening to the Resident Evil 3 Nemesis Save Room, because we're going to talk about Resident Evil 3 remake not appearing at the Game Awards. So, for all of those people who've been living under a rock, there's been leaks of Resident Evil 3 remake just on the internet, and look at that face. Look at that face. Hold on, let me get some more pictures up. Right, let me just get them up, if it bothers you a lot. Right, hold on. Is it on? I guess he's back again. Now, I hate this theme. This is one of my worst. Poppy? Sorry. This is not my... I don't like this one. It's not my favorite. It's too aggressive on the ears. I'm changing it. Yeah, I'm just putting one on. I don't like the third one. Right, so there's been many teased images. As you can see, Jill looks like a badass. Carlos looks like a badass too. And fucking, like... Nemesis looks cool as fuck. So, yeah. Basically, there were some leaked images about it. But the thing is, I don't like is how the font's still the same. But, you know, I mean, it is still set in Raccoon City, so it kind of... Yeah, I think it makes sense. It makes sense. Should we go back to 7? Or should we go to 1? 7 or 1? Oh! I'll go to... Let's go to 1. Because, you know, Jill's in it. Jill was in 1. So I'll stick with 1. Right, so it's been... Okay, so it's been confirmed. And they're going to talk about it more at a December video game talking thing. I don't know what it's called. Hold on. Let me just... Where will it be shown at, though? Oh yeah, it's on the upcoming Jump Festa 2020 in Chiba this December. There's going to be a showcase of Resident Evil 3 Remake. So, yeah, that thing. That's the thing that's going to. But it's not going to appear at the Game Awards. You know how much we love the Game Awards. We fucking love the Game Awards. Like, the Game Awards is on the 13th of December. Jeff Kinley says it's not going to be there. There were no plans. Nothing about our show has leaked as of this writing. While the remake might not make an appearance during the show, there are potential events where RE3 can make itself known. Yeah, the Jump Fest 2020 in Japan on December 21st to 22nd, the latter of which Capcom has announced they're revealing 2 new games. Keighley said Keighley could always be telling a half-truth with the matter, and that plans could change. We'll find out next week regardless. Like... These leaks look genuine in my opinion, because like if Jill looked exactly the same, like that's what I kind of think, then like as her like remastered, then I think I'd be like, okay, like this picture, like these two from the Resident Evil 2 engine and the Resident Evil 2 game where they just kind of changed the models. Yeah, I get like, you know, if they showed pictures of that, then I wouldn't believe it, you know. But like the stuff here with Carlos and Jill looks very different. And I like that, because it still looks like Jill, but it's different. It's like with Claire. People didn't like Claire because she looked Mass Effect Andromeda. But I was thinking, nah, she looked alright. Because, you know, she had the ponytail. She had the badass, fucking jacket. Motorcycle jacket. She had the awesome Harley Davidson. Like, she looked awesome. And this new Nemesis... looks cool as fuck. Oh yeah, Resident Evil 8 allegedly might be releasing like by might be like something, because you know what Capcom do is they like develop 2 games at the same time. I think they get 2 teams, they split, and it's the same with when Resident Evil, back in like the 90s when Resident Evil 2 came out, and there was like Dead Aim and shit. Like when them Dead Aim, I think, I'm not sure, one of the other games was being developed at the same time as a Brad Brad being Nemesis. Oh, it's great. But it's at the same time as Resident Evil 2 was being like developed and stuff. They were developing another game from the Resident Evil franchise, which I thought was cool as fuck. Musical hints at Resident Evil. Hey! Oh yeah, Project Resistance. That's a new thing. It's basically I keep changing the subject, but we're just talking about Resident Evil in general. So yeah, Resident Evil Project Resistance was basically, I kind of think it's a shit game, but it kind of looks cool. So it's a imagine Friday the 13th the game, but with more traps, with sieges cameras, and you play as 4 different characters, and set in the Resident Evil universe. Project Resistance closed beta is well underway, and players are starting to discover some very interesting secrets, which may be teasing for the next in the Resident Evil series. Several players have discovered that RE3 save room music is played in Project Resistance. It doesn't happen, but several players managed to make it play. Yeah, like I heard about this actually. I don't know if I should get this game because it looks good graphically, but it just looks a bit boring, and I feel like I won't get into it. But yeah, like many people have been teasing about how Resident Evil, and I'm like, yeah, man. Will I buy it at launch? Yes. Fuck yes. I'm gonna spend my money. Who cares about fucking Last of Us 2? I do, but come on, like, come on. You gotta fucking like. You can't not buy this game. I'm tired. I'm sorry. Like I love Resident Evil 3. Like Resident Evil, let's go back to the pictures. So Resident Evil 3, they had this thing back in the old days when where Jill could do a situation and do her thing, and then she could pick like what her next move would be. So you as the player could be like, oh, do you want to jump down this hole or do you want to climb up? And I'm very interested in how they're going to do that for Resident Evil 3 like remake, because you know for the Resident Evil 2 they got rid of the zapping, you know, like for the items and shit. Like in the original, like you found shit and you found different shit for like different characters and stuff, which is still the same here, and it's the same with the second run. Like, you know, the second run is very the same as the first run in Resident Evil 2 remake, and that's kind of a bit shitty, but the game overall is amazing. Like if they wanted to make it like a game like amazing, I think they would have put this first and second run in, like properly put it in, you know. But hey ho, I still love the game. I'll never ever hate it. But I think with this, I hope they include everything from before. I hope they listen to feedback from RE2 and think, okay, let's actually add the stuff that like people liked before, but still do what we did last time. Because what they did last time was very good. Basically, make it modern controls, update the graphics, but keep keep the story largely the same. You know, like the characters actually sounded very interested this time. Ada, I know she wasn't like a. Oh, what's her name? I've forgotten her name, and I don't want to look it up because I'm lazy. No, fuck it, I'm looking it up. Voice actress. Hey, Sally Cahill. We love Sally Cahill. Yeah, Sally Cahill. Is it Sally Cahill? Anyway, Sally Cahill, like, she brought that kind of sexiness and like suaveness to fucking whatchamacallit, Ada Wong, which I did miss. But to be honest, like, I think that the Ada one and this one did a very good job. Like, I liked her a lot. I liked the kind of the sass she brought, and kind of like the intellectual, how like she was like intelligent, and like she brought an intellectual level to it. Not saying the other one was dumb, but I'm just saying like it was just really good. I like both performances, because with the voice acting in like Resident Evil and, you know, in any game, it's very important to me, because I want to actually like be invested in like actually like characters for how they talk and say lines. Because if you say a line and it sounds really, and it's a fucking cool line, but you sound like a dickhead when you say it, I ain't gonna like you. So it won't come off sassy. It'll come off just arseholey. Thank you, Nick. But yeah, Resident Evil, like, you know, there was, remember the, what was this in? When, like, they redid it for a, another game. Fuck knows, I'm sorry. But, yeah, Resident Evil 3, this is gonna be good. I hope this is good. I hope they make it even better than RE2. One thing, before we move on, his teeth. What the fuck's wrong with his teeth? He's got really long teeth and he does look cool, but I'm just thinking, he's buff. He's like meant to have a ha, you know, like this. Like, this is what he's meant to look like. But like in that one, he has really long teeth, and I don't like it. It's weird. Now look, just long teeth. Ugh. It's fucking. Ugh. It's weird. But yeah. Oh, that's cool. But yeah, I don't fucking. It's just the teeth. That's the only thing I'll say about it. Can we do a Sonic and change it, please? Anyway, next one is heavy fine for Chinese firm over unlicensed game. China's done it again, and they've banned a product and put a fine via the Chinese government on a game. And they have to pay back fucking £75,800. Oh, here it is. 700,000 yen, and that converts into £75,800. It was a mobile title made by a firm in Beijing. According to Abacus News, which first reported on the fine, Chinese officials recently lifted a freeze on licensing of new games, but are still not approving as many titles as they used before the freeze. China's stance on video games have become increasingly strict in the years. Last month, the country launched a curfew on video games under the age of 18, meaning players are now banned from playing at 10 a.m. to 8 a.m. Why, like, I know we talked about the curfew on gamers. Like, yeah, it's not the government's, it should be the parents doing it. You know, the government shouldn't be like, yo, we're gonna fucking, you know, arrest you or something, because that's just, like, wrong. Like, I don't think, because people... Okay. Before I talk about the licensing shit, I want to say one thing about the curfew. The curfew, yeah, should have been enforced by, like, parents and shit, not by the government and become, like, some sort of law, you know? I know they want to keep kids and keep their people healthy and shit, but you need time to relax, and sometimes the best time is to play is at night when the internet's good. So, yeah. But, let's read into the fine some more. Oh, well, that sucks. China replaces PUBG with patriotic. Look at all this stuff about China. Like, China replaces PUBG with patriotic game. China's new game censors take a tough stance. Monster Hunter World sales yanked by China. What? Elon Musk wins pedo guy defamation. What? Okay, great. I don't get that, but we love fucking... What? Case of a pedo guy tweet about caver. Elon Musk did not defame a British caver who helped in last year's rescue of trapped Thai by calling him a pedo guy. What? He saved his life and fucking Elon Musk was like, pedo guy. Hmm? I mean, yeah, extra story for you guys. Elon Musk. We love him because he called someone a pedo guy over Twitter or something. Great. Jesus Christ. My God. What is wrong with the world? I love humanity. I love just random shitty articles like this. What the fuck? It's like with the Thai thing, like with the how when the 12 Thai boys got stuck in the cave, I was like, fuck, man. And kudos to the British guy who saved him. Like, I would have been shit scared, to be honest. Like, caving. I remember when I went caving when I was younger, and I was like, because I'm like a kind of tall person, like I kind of find it hard to fit through, and I have like weirdly broad shoulders. I don't know why. And like I sometimes can't like get through small spaces. When I was younger, like when I was like smaller and skinnier, I was like, yeah, man, I can fit through. It's easy. But like now, I'm just like, nah, man, I'll pass. It's just, like, but genuinely, just what was the point? I know it's a joke and for the lols, and I know we should love Elon Musk, but at the end of the day, just fucking great. Just great. I don't care. This is like, you know, like great. Just great. You did not defame him. To be honest, I just tell him. If you call me a pedo guy, I wouldn't sue you. Oh, it's damaging reputation. I mean, I know pedo is like called a pedophile is a very damaging and disparaging thing, but at the end of the day, it's like, okay, just I wouldn't. If someone called me a pedo on the internet, I just feel like, okay, man, great. It's like, it's very infantile. That's what I'm gonna say. I believe this thing was infantile. Just kind of ignore him, because at the end of the day, the guy who was called a pedo guy did well and did a good thing. So I don't think he should be like persecuted for that or like made fun of, because at the end of the day, I'd be like, yeah, man, okay, good for you. I'd be good for you, man. What did you achieve? Nothing. You made a joke, great. Why am I talking about this for so much? This is meant to be a gaming channel for gamers and Roblox gamers. Anyway. Twitch's Dr. Disrespect is developing a TV series based on his streaming persona. Hi, I'm Nick. And do I like it when influencers from social medias actually get TV shows? Answer? No. I know, he's a character and he's kind of a cool guy and he rages a lot and he's fun to watch. I've watched like 3 of his streams and I thought he was funny. But like, unless he has like a talent and a knack for writing, then he should fucking go for it. A deal between Skybound Entertainment and Beam doesn't mean the show has a network home just yet. A show has to be made and then shopped around before the viewers get to see it. Considering that Beam does stream on Twitch and Twitch is owned by Amazon, there is a possibility Jeff Bezos' company could pick its show, its Prime Video. I'm not watching it then. Fuck that. I'm not gonna fucking. I voted leave. Why? This is a shit shirt. Sorry, but it's a bit just. I don't care. A lot of these articles, yeah, I pick them. And I think, why? Is it just something to talk about? Am I really that desperate? Is it because the week I started streaming shit, like the first time I ever streamed talking about stuff with Nick, I actually had shit to talking about. I was like, damn, loads of stuff's been happening. Damn, it's really interesting. Damn. And now I'm just kind of like pulling at straws and I'm thinking, should I just change this into something else? Should I actually game? You know, that's actually a good idea, Nick. Why don't you game? It's actually a very good idea. But I don't, because I don't have enough time, man. I don't have enough time. Just let me breathe. This is why I should never become an actual Twitch streamer, because I'd never stick to the schedule. And see, I'm not even sticking to what I'm meant to be talking about. I'm just fucking shitting here talking about how to be a shit Twitch streamer. But yeah, with Dr. Disrespect's Twitch thing, I don't like it when influencers get TV shows. It's just like, when you've been accustomed to a certain platform for a long time, and then you move into TV, it's gonna kind of not be received well, because your demographic is on that social media platform. I know that grandmas do not watch, like, Jake Paul on a daily basis, or Logan Paul. And then when Logan Paul moved to a podcast, I kind of was like, okay, that's fine. Because, yeah, he's moving medias, but the media kind of makes sense. It's the same with, what's her name? Emma Chamberlain. Emma Chamberlain. Yeah, like she started a podcast. I was like, great, man. Like, good for you. 'Cause at the end of the day, they're both like cool. They're both fine. Whoa! Twitch stream manager's changed, man. Sorry. Yay. But where was I? But anyway, like what I'm saying is that it's like the same with Superwoman. You know, she got her own TV show. I was watching a Drew what's his face, the guy who's like road work ahead. I sure hope it does. The guy who's got a YouTube channel, I don't know his name. But like he was talking about how Lily Singh's like TV show hasn't been received well, and like how she's left YouTube, and like she's very influential on YouTube. She inspired a lot of women and young girls, had her own business, boom boom boom. She had a very strong foundation, and she's now the first brown woman to have her own late night show and everything. And I'm thinking, cool, great, but it hasn't been received well. I know it's the start and I shouldn't be a bitch, but it's just a bit like it's too YouTuber for my liking. You know, it's not very different, and she doesn't change it up, and that's what Lily was known for, being the brown girl who changes like the normal shit up. Because I used to watch her old stuff back in like 2013, and now it's just a bit like okay. It's gonna be animated, or is it gonna be like him around animation? I mean, or a live action show. I don't know. Just don't make it a Miranda Sings show. Remember that one when she just made a show about being a Christian? I'm like, okay, great. What is this? Shitty Fleabag. I need to stop being mean. I'm just being mean to people for no reason. I'm a bad... Oh, God. Wow. I like this. I like how it looks. The new stream manager looks very nice. Oh, it's very pretty. My bitrate's very good. But, yeah, Dr. Disrespect, if you do a good job, I'll respect it. If you don't, I will disrespect it. I'm so funny. GTA 6 is possibly revealed. Setting is possibly revealed. Great! I've been really excited for this because... No, okay. With GTA now, like GTA 5, I fucking loved it. I loved the story. I thought it was great and everything. But, like, now... I'm waiting for it, and I'm like, I'm waiting. GTA 5 is still like, I bet GTA 5 is getting Rockstar a shit ton of income. You know, like a shit ton, because GTA 5, like with their new expansions and shit, like, you know, with their club expansion and all expansion and all that, you know, the Diamond Casino and Resort stuff, like, it would be so cool. But, okay, for a while now, rumors and reports have been circulating that GTA 6 will take the Grand Theft Auto series back to Vice City and also to South America. The short version is that many rumors have suggested that the next installment from Rockstar Games, which is presumably in development for the PS5 and Xbox Scarlet, will be set in multiple areas, with Vice City and somewhere in South America being the two main locations. Many of these rumors have also suggested the game takes place across multiple eras and will center around the cocaine drug and trade cartels in the 1980s. Yes! I love... Oh, okay. One of my favorite PS2 games of all time was GTA Vice City because of, like, the music. Like, I know. It's like, the 80s wasn't as great as you think it is. But it was, in my opinion. There was drugs, Miami Vice. Like, I watched a lot of Miami Vice. That's why I really got into GTA Vice City. So I am... Now I've read that, I'm very excited. I would love it just to be in GTA Vice City and just see Tommy Vercetti again selling drugs and putting someone's tits on a building. I remember that mission when like he was like, oh yeah, I remember when I first did it. I was like, what am I doing? What the fuck is this? Martha sucks. Who's Martha? Why does she suck? And then like I just saw these two eyes on the wall, on like the building, and I was thinking, wait, why she put like googly eyes on it? I thought she was trying to make a statement, and then it turns out it was her tits. So I was like, oh fuck, it's her tits. Great, we love, you know, titties on buildings. That said, in a recent teaser for the upcoming GTA Online content, Rockstar has interestingly showed a map of the world, or at least the Western Hemisphere. The globe appears only for less than a second, but for whatever reason, the South American continent is lit up, while everything else is dimmed. Now, whether there's anything to this, who knows? It could be a tease, it could be Rockstar Games trolling, and of course, it could be absolutely nothing. However, even if it's nothing, it's pretty odd coincidence. Below you can see the peep teaser for yourself. If it wants to fucking load. I'm so angry at my computer. Just stop. It's 12 seconds. What the fuck? Ah! For fuck's sake. I didn't see anything, but okay. Oh, okay. I'm just dumb. In here, you can see that South America's, like, you know, lit up very well compared to the rest of the Western Hemisphere and shit. So, yeah, it could be. But, I don't know. Rockstar could just be like, haha. They could be doing a BioWare on us and just being like, hey, Dragon Age. But, you know, you never know. Am I still pissed at that? No. Do I care? It's kind of, because I kind of like Dragon Age. I kind of liked it, so, yeah. I'd appreciate it if they didn't just fucking mess with my shit. Mess with games that I appreciate and just not focus on Star Wars for a bit. Like, you know, can you give some other games some love? Please. But, yeah. Ugh. Hopefully it's set in the 80s, because I love the 80s and I loved the soundtrack and I loved the radio stations that they put time and effort into. I think the world of the 80s that they made for Vice City was so alive, in my opinion, and it's one of my favorites because the music was very good, how they reacted to like each other, how they spoke, how like the atmosphere felt, you know, and like how the malls and stuff. Yeah, it looked like, you know, it had Lara Croft 2D titties, but vibes, 2D titty vibes, but I still enjoyed it a lot, definitely. It felt very alive, and the music, the vibes, the colors, you know, the clubs, the everything, the YMCA references was just like cool, man. I fucking loved it a lot, genuinely. So yeah, hopefully it is set in Vice City again, because I will definitely play it for like, and I have so many games that I need to buy, but yet I'm so poor and I have to, you know, it's nearly Christmas, so this is nearly Christmas and I've got to buy Christmas presents, but I'm thinking buy Christmas presents and be a nice person but not be able to afford games, or not buy anyone Christmas presents and just save my money because I'm too paranoid. Depends, man. Really, really depends. 50 best shows of 2019. Number 10, Euphoria. Now. Nick! You're asking me. Nick, why? Why are you talking about Euphoria, this random show? Well, I love this show. And there's not much gaming stuff happening, so I'm thinking, what else do I like? I like media. Let's move on to media for a bit. So, you know. And this year, like near the end of this year, 2019, television in 2019 has been very good, as well as games. I might do a stream after my exams where I literally just talk about the stuff I liked this year. Did I like this year? No. No, but there was a lot of stuff I did like. So yeah. Anyway, number 10, Euphoria, which is well deserved. I loved Euphoria. Zendaya, like I generally thought when I first looked at Euphoria, I was like, is Zendaya just gonna be the main center, and they're gonna do a I love Zendaya, she's great, woo, she's the best actor sort of thing, but it totally wasn't. Like, they were all such strong characters. Like, I was always invested into all of them. Kat, Cassie, Nate, Jules, fucking McKay, Maddie, even Rue, Gia, you know. And I generally thought, and I really like Skins like a lot, because it like related to teenagers like now, like even if it was made back in 2007, it still relates to teenagers like now and shit. But like when Euphoria came out, I was like, ooh, because I'm a sucker for teen dramas. You name it, I've fucking watched it. Teen dramas, chick flicks, gangster films. They're my bread and butter. They're my fucking bread and butter. They're my fucking favorite, you know, my trinity. When Euphoria first appeared on US television, some reviewers flinched at what they saw as its unrelenting bleakness. In its infancy, this hot new teen drama looked as if it was shocking for simply the sake of it. Now, shows like 13 Reasons Why or like fucking Riverdale, where they just shock you with like suicide, school shooting, and like One Tree Hill with the school shooting and shit. I'm just like, I get it. Sometimes it's very good to be shocking, even with like swearing and stuff, and like to have a shock factor in. Shock factor was a thing even back in the fucking medieval ages. Pardon me, sorry. With Shakespeare and stuff, like they do very dramatic things, falling, pulling out teeth, pulling off fingernails and shit, and whatever. Like, just stuff like that is very you know, very prominent in some of the plays that Shakespeare did, because he wanted to, like, you know, shock the audience and make an effect, and sometimes it worked, sometimes it was very that. But now, when like us as a sensitive like generation exist, I think that you gotta be careful, because there are gonna be people who watch teen shows who are like 13 and very not gullible, what's the word, influential, not influential, like, you know, I'm gonna look it up, word for easily impressed. Yeah, let's use a quote from Inspector Calls. Easily impressed, impressionable, that's it. You know, where like shows now, like 13 Reasons Why and stuff, like when they have very impressionable audiences, and then they show, hey, I'm gonna show some girl slitting her wrist, it's not a good thing. No. It was really like that. 13 Reasons Why should have ended on season 1, because there was some stuff in season 1 which was very raw. Even in season 2, there were really good stuff, like genuinely like good scenes that like were very well acted. But then like season 3 came around and that was just boring, and that was just, you know, the writers saying, yo, we fucked up in the last 2 seasons with our very scary shock factor things, so why don't we just make a boring season about a shitty murder case about a rapist and try to make him a 3-dimensional character, even though we've always presented him as a really shit Disney villain. It's weird. But with this new teen drama, they fucking, I think they hit it right. They made it, they found the line of entertaining. They didn't cross the line at, like, they were just stuck in the middle for like entertaining and realistic. Like, for example, the main antagonist, Nate, is a believable character, you know? He has to impress his parents. He's not going around raping girls for no reason. He's very manipulative, conniving. He's like very, you know, charming as a person and stuff. It's like, you know, he was kind of scary, to be honest, like how he acted and how his mind worked. But then he was presented as like this character who kind of had a, spoiler alert, these are going to be spoilers for Euphoria, how like he kind of had a crush on he was queer, is that the word? I'm bad with LGBTQ stuff, I apologize, but like he was kind of into Jules, a transgender woman. And then, you know, then us as a audience think, wow, so is Nate into like that? Is Nate heterosexual? Like, they ask these big questions, and like it makes us, you know, think and become very, you know, stuff. There was a scene like with Zendaya's character Rue, because she's a drug addict, where she is found by her sister Gia, and she's overdosed and there's like sick coming out of her and stuff, and it's very hard hitting, man. Like, I couldn't watch it. But they show stuff that's happening with teenagers and stuff, with drugs and sex, and you know, even here, revenge porn, hookup apps, webcams, you know, the generation, like, you know, fucking online and shit. Euphoria offers a convincing suggestion as to why teenagers are really having less sex than ever, but its candle never slips into dictatism and never falls into teen drama trap and of using bad times and morality lessons. Like, they do it well, genuinely. Like, for example, at the carnival with Maddie and Cassie when they take drugs to kind of feel better. Yeah, in the moment they're like, fucking yeah, man, amazing, fuck. You know, Cassie especially when she was like doing that thing on the carousel. I do not want to say because I'm a very child friendly, even though we're for mature audiences. You know, we got to be careful. We got to be careful. You know, we don't want to end up like Russians. But hello Andrew, welcome. Why am I saying hello? But what was I saying? It's how a lot of shows kind of do the oopsie, they've done a bad thing, here's what happens. But with this show, they show you how drugs genuinely can feel like this like amazing thing, and wow, it's amazing. But then it genuinely shows but look at the aftermath of it. So do you want to go through this or not? And Sam Levinson had been through a lot of the ups and lows of drugs, and he was very honest about it. I think it was Sam, yeah, the writer. And he was very like, okay, I'm going to refer from my own experience with drugs as a teenager. And that you can tell that someone's actually been through it, as they're very precise and they're very on point, and they're not very like, it doesn't seem like a lie. So yeah. Like, it's going to be like kind of a weird thing to say, but like the cast is very good looking. Is that a weird thing to say? Which I can say, people like, I know it's going to be always a good thing. They need good looking people to play good looking and stuff and all that. But like, I kind of hope there was a bit more like, I don't know, diversity, I guess. But yeah. But no, I loved it. You know, the relationship between like Jules and Rue, Maddie and Nate, their toxic relationship, Cassie and McKay, Evan and fucking Kat, like all these relationships and stuff, and like all these predicaments that all the characters go through, and all the like Rue's, like all of the feelings, like damn, they're very raw to teenagers and very, very on point. I keep saying it's on point and stuff because it is. And another point. I never really focused on cinematography a lot, but when I did, I was like, damn, fuck. Because I never really noticed. I was like, yeah, man, great. You know, it's like, oh yeah, great. Look at this color. Ooh, look at this shot. Look at all this. Look at all this. It's like, I get it, and I kind of respected it, but I never really paid attention to it until I watched Euphoria. Like, I always paid attention to it, of course, like when there was a cool shot, or like, for example, when they focused on something in someone's hand, and you're like, oh, okay, that's foreshadowing that thing's gonna be used or important or whatever. But in this, they utilized color very well, and many scenes were really good and shit, and I was like, damn, fuck, that's really good. Hold on, let me find one of them scenes. Hold on, I want to find it now. I hope it works, please. It's 1 minute. Hopefully I don't get done for showing Euphoria. Yeah, but I really, really, really recommend the show a lot because I loved it, and I think it genuinely, it hits the mark. I keep saying it always hits the mark because it does, on how being a teenager can kind of suck. like as you can see here of how Zendaya's kind of moving about the room and everything's spinning. I like how they depicted how like drugs can make people feel like that, even like medicinal shit, you know. But like the stuff she's used now, I think it was coke or oxy or whatever. I'm not a big drug fanatic. I'm gonna presume it's coke because it went up her nose. But how like the room just span and she like felt it, literally felt the room spin. I feel like many people in general just feel it. Like when the room spins and you feel like you're actually on the walls and shit. But yeah, I like, again, cinematography, the way everything's acted out, like all sectors are very strong, I think. And I like talking about how people interpret many things about the show. It's how, you know, because we're all different teenagers, you know, we're all very different. And it shows because, for example, the Jules and Rue thing, I have a different opinion compared to some of my friends. Like, they think this thing, I think another thing. And it's because of our experiences ourselves as teenagers and experiences in life. We're very like, okay, so I believe yada da 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 da, but then someone else believes yada da 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 da, because at the end of the day, we've all been through different shit and we've all coped with different situations. Many, and you know, we might have been through the same situation like that, but how we coped with it and how we interpreted it is, you know, different. So yeah, fucking please watch Euphoria. It's a good show. Season 2's coming out. Fingers crossed. Moving on to our last article today. Doctor Who's famous Blink getting rewritten with the 13th Doctor. So the 10th and 13th Doctor are getting their paths, are going to cross in comic form with the Weeping Angels. How do I feel about that? I think I loved this episode with Blink, with Sally Sparrow and stuff, like Carey Mulligan and Sally Sparrow, because I loved it a lot because it was so creepy. And Doctor Who, I think, was never ever creepy. It was very science fiction. It was scary, but never creepy. And this sort of invention of the Weeping Angels was very like, fuck, because you never really think about blinking until someone says to you, don't blink. Like staring contest, I'm like, I can win a staring contest. And I'm actually in the staring contest. I'm like, fuck, I can't win a staring contest. It's just weird. Why has it been a weird week? It's been a weird week, man. I had a shit week. I don't know why. It's a weird week. Because, okay, so before we talk about Doctor Who, I've had a weird week because I thought I was ill at the start of the week. So I was like, fuck, please don't be ill. Because I can't be ill like next week or this week, you know? And I can't be feeling ill. And then, so I'm like, okay. If you're going to be ill, just hit me. Just fucking illness fucking hit me, please. And it wasn't. So I was like, fuck. But I still felt tired and shit. Then I literally had a good night's sleep on like a Wednesday or Tuesday. And then I was like, damn, I feel good. And then I do this concert with my school. Yeah, I do concerts. I play classical guitar. I know, I'm so cool. Damn, this geezer. This geezer talks about Euphoria and actually plays classical guitar and talks about how much he loves Resident Evil. I'm so multi-dimensional. But yeah, and then I do the concert and I'm like, yay, I played really well. Oh, I feel so ill. So literally my health in general has just been going up and down like a fucking roller coaster, mate. Thank you for asking. I appreciate it. Sorry I've read your comment very late. I should check my comments more. Anyway, back to my whatchamacallit. What was I talking about? Blink. Yeah, Blink. So it's getting rewritten. How I think about it is a bit, okay, to like put this into perspective for people who haven't watched Doctor Who. I'm gonna presume you have, but just in case you haven't, you always gotta think about when it was made and how it's gonna be received. Because back then in like 2010, no, it's gotta be even earlier than that, 2009, when this was written, I think the time captured the sort of creepiness as well, you know, 2009, 2010, whatever, whenever it was set, or 2008 even, it had this sort of vibe to it. Does that make sense? And the camera work and everything felt very 2008, and it was very good, and I liked it, and I wouldn't change anything for it. It's like with the old Star Wars films. People always say that they love the old Star Wars stuff because of it's when it was set. Yeah, sometimes some of them, like old films in general, actually, not just Star Wars, but like old films in general, they say they like it still, even though it's shit. Does that make sense? Because if someone remade, like Green Mile now, I think it wouldn't be as powerful as the old one. Or like Shawshank Redemption, if they remade that now, it would be just a bit, okay, I guess. Like, look at the new Charlie's Angels, yeah? The new Charlie's Angels are shit. It's when they remake old stuff. But that, you know, Charlie's Angels now, back then, and Charlie's Angels now, Shawshank Redemption back then and now. Yeah. But in my head, I want to say that Blink is fairly recent, so I think there's no point of, like, rewriting it. And I always think rewrites are always going to have a cock-up, so I never trust them. I never, ever trust them. Because they're not my cup of tea, man. Not my cup of tea, rewrites and remakes. Remake, that's a lie. I like remakes, as you may have noticed by Resident Evil. But yeah, if they do it, and it's comic form, I think has better potential than just TV when it comes to remakes, rewrites. So yeah, this might paint Jodie Whittaker in a very, very good light. And she needs it. Because we all know what happened with Jodie Whittaker and the 13th Doctor. Ooh. It was, some of the stuff was good. Okay, overall opinion on the 13th Doctor. Meh. I didn't like it a lot. It's just meh. You know? Didn't really make me go, wow, she's amazing, like the 10th or the 9th or the 11th did. But it just made me go, yeah, she's alright. And I'm not saying that, because she's a woman. Like, I don't give a fuck. She could be fucking black or whatever, and I wouldn't care. Like, it's about how she acts. And I think her acting was a bit weaker in some, you know, sections. And, like, the acting in general was a bit subpar. So, yeah, I was a bit, you know, disappointed. But I still watched it, but I was just a bit... It lacks the fucking enthusiasm of David Tennant. I know we all the Doctor Who fanboys and fangirls will always love David Tennant. And I always will, because he's amazing. But I loved Matt Smith as well. I loved Christopher Eccleston and all that. But and, you know, Peter Capaldi was always shit on, but I liked Peter Capaldi. Bless his soul. Bless his cotton socks. But yeah, hopefully... Oh yeah, the new season's coming out like next year. So hopefully that's good. Fingers crossed it is. Because if it isn't, then... Jodie Whittaker, I'm sorry, your career's screwed. You were great in Black Mirror, but why aren't you being great now? Oh, I'm such an arsehole. Thank you, Thomas Bacon, for bringing me this article. I needed it. Anyway. Thank you all for coming to my stream. I hope you enjoyed it. I know it's very short and not much was talked about, but I'm tired and I couldn't really find much stuff. So yeah, I might carry on doing the media reviews because I like talking about film and TV. So yeah, not media, just film and TV news rather than just restricting myself to gaming news. But who knows? Anyway, have a blessed night, be safe, and see you in the next one.